without further ado, this is Brother Vernon, Kalinikau, Moku.
Hey, aloha. I would rather sit close with you guys, but it's okay. Okay, because I don't like talk too loud. And anyway, my name is Vernon Kalinikau. I from right now South Maui, more of the northern part of South Maui. Been there since 64, 65, when Kihei had more wetlands and the ditches on the side of the road where Kihei never used to flood, right? And family history, we come from Pulehu, Nui up by the Mormon church up Pulehu. Also Kakolo, not the village, but where the Hopi Ohana stayed. That is where I was born. I was born with Uncle Norman Hopi's house. Now Uncle Gilbert have that place now in Kakaloa. And then we moved to Happy Valley when had kitchen cook, potato chips behind Sam Sato's in Happy Valley. We used to live across the flume with the Angai's family, Kahalua, Jesse Kahalua, Ohana, and my grandma was the cook for kitchen cook potato chip with the Kobayashis back in that day. My father, Moki Kalinikau, or Moses Kalinikau, was a painter by trade, along with his brothers George and Pat Kalinikau, who recently passed away about a year and 4 months ago. So they're all gone. Only have myself and a few cousins left. My dad used to also, he likes basketball. He MIL ref, so I remember Mr. Snyder, Maui High School, and the St. Anthony's and the Baldwins and the battles when that gym used to be filled. All corners of that gym used to be filled, and that was the days I remember, because I used to have to sit behind the scoreboard with the old Japanese guy that no more here over here, and he had these glasses. I don't know what his name was, but I had the opportunity of blowing the when they change the quarters, and halftime. So, but that's a little bit about me. Also, presently, I'm the head custodian at Lokelani Intermediate School since 1990. I also do screen printing. I have my own screen printing business since 94. Been screen printing shirts. I do that too. And also most recently, maybe 2 years ago, I got involved with the Aho Moku Council for Kula Moku Makai. At that time, Bezo Shiro was the po'o, the representative for our Moku Council for Kula Makai. Here tonight we have Ka'adohili, who's the po'o representative for the Aho Moku Council for Hono'ula, which is next to us in Kula. So 2 years ago I got involved. October of last year, next month, make 1 year that I said yes, that I would fill in the space of Bezo Shiro. So I became the po'o for Kula Makai Council October last year. Since then, I kind of followed my dad's footsteps, being involved in the community for South Maui, mainly with the keikis. My dad's love for the keikis for South Maui back in the day, there wasn't hardly anything to do in Kihei back in those times, so he created Kihei Canoe Club. He was the founder of Kihei Canoe Club. But along those lines, he had help from the Kukahiko Ohana from Lahaina Canoe Club and John Lake and the Lake Ohana from Hawaiian Canoe Club at that time. And so fast forward, here I am, being really involved in the community with all the issues we're dealing with in South Maui, development, people telling us that's not wetlands, They're saying that's retention basin or their own terminology. We say no, and that development, how they like make the community plan. You know, we want to be more involved as Kanaka or people that have been in South Maui for a long time. That now we really have a say at the table. We really have an effect in the county, the state, and federal level at this moment. But it takes a lot of time, volunteer work. I cannot do it by myself. We hope that others do come out if they can, make time. But it's happening, change is happening, and I'm glad that I'm participating, because by myself participating for South Maui in the Moku Council and the community, it did bring a lot of interest of others from that Moku to come up and participate and help out too. Where I can go from this. So, this sign project, Kui Gapero, is how you pronounce his last name, Gapero. I met him earlier this year, March, at Punanaleo by Kahumanu Church. They had one guy from Kauai come and talk about their sign project. So I met Kui over there, and I'm glad I did, because he get good manao on Moku and Ahupua'a boundaries, and then there's others that he know that have good information too. The place I coming from is I like to go to the more older generation, if get. I try to do that. And if not, we just got to do the best we can as far as the boundaries and stuff. We concerned about that, making sure we do that the best that we can. So that's how I met Kui. He called, see if I can come. I thought I was going to have like 5 other presentations today. I guess I'm the only guy. Like, this going to be on the news, I guess, tonight. So each time I go do presentation, each time it's different. I never prepare myself. I just go how it feels and how it flows and grassroots, and that's how I do my presentation. You can see the 2 signs in the back. That those signs are 30 inches wide by 36 inches tall. When I first got involved with the sign project for South Maui, my kuleana was go design the signs and come up with the size. I did. I went to the Department of Transportation here on Maui, and I started with, you know, those big brown signs, Haleakala, Kealia Pond, just brown. They wanted me to do those brown signs. So I designed, the design was geared around those brown signs. And after going back to Department of Transportation about 5 times, they like make them smaller, smaller, and smaller, and then they impose all these federal guidelines on what kind of signs can represent on state highway. But we also did our own homework. If you're driving 45, 55 miles an hour, the letters got to be 8 to 10 inches tall. So they like impose their federal state guidelines, which they don't follow. Just so you folks all know, I'm having a hard time. They like make that sign half that size. My argument 2 days ago, Thursday, I just met with them recently, Thursday, and I argued with them that that's not right. We're not going to be able to read the rightful names to our Moku and our Pua'a. But too bad I don't know the setup for PowerPoint. I don't know projector, but I was hoping to get, because then I can show you guys where this started and then where we stand now. Myself and others don't feel that's right that they make our signs small where you're driving and you cannot read them. But then the Mac can have one big sign with this kind of letters. The Sugar Museum can have a big sign with this kind letters. Why us Kanakas no can have, and the original name of the place, the not Wailea, not Kihe, put what was before, and then so everybody be able to read. So that's just 2 examples right now. There's a good chance it's going to be that size, and there's a good chance it's going to be 6 inches smaller this way. If we do that, then names like Pulehonui, Moku or Honolua, too long, yeah, gonna come too small, and then we're not gonna be able to read. So this is what I try to push to have done. The sign project began a little over a year ago. Kelly King, our councilwoman for South Maui, we had a meeting with her dealing with the issues in South Maui pertaining to the flooding and the bridge by Mauilu. That's a temporary bridge. So we met with her, and then that meeting was Pau. She was the one that asked why we have money to put these signs up in South Maui. So each district have money for cultural and environmental use. So South Maui was fortunate that Kelly King brought that to our attention. So she allotted, she asked what we needed. So today we have $25,000 for a sign project for South Maui. But included in that project is code of conduct and an informational sign that will be installed in all South Maui parks, meaning like you are here now kind of thing, and this Aopua with some information. And then also our code of conduct information for Kula Makai Moku. And then included in that funding is rack cards. Those skinny rack cards you see outside, like Long's Drugs, that going to have some information front back, and then that would be provided to all the condos and hotels in South Maui only for 1 year. And then also the website. We had funded for somebody to maintain the website. So along with this sign project, there's a lot of work still need to be done in gathering information to the Ahopua. Whatever mo'olelo information we can gather, we have to put that on the website so that the locals and the tourists going to understand what is this on the side of the road. So we have a lot of work to be done on that part. So Kelly King, again, she brought that up to our attention for our community. Key Community Association and the Ahu Council, we hui up and to make this happen. But mainly it's all about, it's just me doing all the legwork and getting information from different kupuna or cultural practitioners or even kumus today, like kui, and trying to make this work. So the funding that we got is only for South Maui only, and Pi'ilani Highway only, and parts of Mokulele Highway. So I don't know the map for sure, you guys, but the map we're using for the boundaries is the W.D. Alexander Hawaii Government Survey map, I think, 1872, I think, and something. So we're using that. So the challenging part, we had a few meetings in our Moku community meeting, small kind though, because people hard to come, yeah, and make time for have discussion on this. But at the meetings, some like the Okina and Kaoko, and some the like. Yeah, good fun, yeah. and then the map, some like go more old, some like what we're gonna go do right now, and then some like more recent. So it is a challenge. So my position in all of this is keeping things in check, collaborate the best we can, because the intent of getting the signs into the ground is very important. If we're going to be 500 yards off or 50 yards off, we did the best we can, but it's getting those names in the ground it's going to have an effect and change on a lot of issues what we deal with and grumble about, or what's right for our people too. Yeah. So that is challenging. Agreeing to the diacritical markings, agreeing to the maps. Everybody had their shot. We did the best we can with reaching out to the community, and this is what we're gonna go with that 1872 map. And I don't know for sure you guys the boundaries, the breakdown, but it's right on cue. I will mark all the places already. And what else? You guys, any questions you folks have? Because I'm going to keep talking and as I go along, but you guys can stop me, interrupt me, and yes.
Have you consulted with Fukuau Pilgrim, because he was doing the Ahupua'u in Wailuku?
Yeah, he was one of the first one, but with Hokuau was hit and miss kind, and only most recently he jumped into helping out. So when I do see him at certain meetings, and we close, but again, it's hard to meet up with everybody, and he was one of the first I reached out, because I knew that there was an attempt or something, Wailuku, or thought about it or something, so his name came up, so I reached out to him.
Yeah, he did a survey years ago on Ahupua'u in Wailuku that surround the Bailey House.
And he gave me I'm going to say a Tuesday or Wednesday last week. He had jumped into our thread of information, the email, along with Kui and others that I know Hokuau knows. So now he coming out, and the names he provide for Kula Moku was very specific and thorough, and I know some of that. He know most of that, but the only areas that the signs going to pop up is where the road meets those Ahapua. So like for Kula, because this sign project is funded for Mokulele and Pilani Highway, and we all know Moku, the Moku for Kula is big, yeah. So we decided for our Moku is to take only the Ahapua that from top to bottom that reach. If we go Lahaina, we go Hana, and we hit every Ahapua, I know the county and the state, they're not going to allow all the signs every so many yards or something.
Yeah.
So we did recently have at the Cameron Center a community meeting which had a really good turnout, because certain officials in Maui County, because this voting year, they like help, and we embrace the help. So there is interest to do all the county roadways too. At that meeting, we suggested that we just do Moku signs first for all Maui. And then next year, new administration, we work on the Ahapua. But because the funding was only for South Maui, we couldn't touch that money.
Do you intend to put a sign with a boundary of Kula stores? For instance, that Kula store by the Gulf?
Yeah, we get...
That's the boundary. The rest belongs to Wailuku.
Correct. So where Sugar Beach is at, I just calling them Sugar Beach. You probably get out of name over there. So yeah, so over there gonna get one sign, and then that what I did earlier, several months ago, I went and checked with Wailuku Moku Ahopua. We get 2 of us in Kula Moku, being it's so large. I only, my kuleana is for Makai only. So the 6 Mokus that we do, the 6 Ahopua that we're doing for Kula Makai is Puleho Nui, Waiakoa, Kaunu'ulu, Waihuli, Keokea, and then Kamaole. And then after Kamaole, we're going to have signs where Maui Meadows stay, Kilohana. Right after Kilohana, we're going to have one sign there, Moku Honu'ula, and then Paiahu, going into their Ahopua, their Moku. And then when you're leaving Wailea to come, you're going to have Moku Kula, Makai, Kamaole, Ahopua. So the signs are designed to have both sides of the road opposite each other. Kauai only get, and Oahu, they only get one side. Oahu side, since I'm talking about that, the DOT wanted us to follow their template. And myself and other community members or in the Hawaiian community said, no, why Oahu gotta set the standards for the whole state? So what I found out, this guy, Kepa Malley, wonderful guy, he with Kumu Associates, years ago they got together with like Hawaiian civic clubs, and they made the standards for all the islands. We said Maui and Kauai never follow the Oahu sign project, so they made their own, and they just went pow, and then we came along, and just so happened the way I would design these signs, not knowing how Kauai signs look, pretty close to that one, almost identical. So we both said we don't follow Oahu sign, and their sign is those brown signs, and then get rocks that represent. We never liked that. We wanted more for each Moku, because right now we're also in the place of, after our last big public community meeting at the Cameron Center, some Mokus do their own, and that's their right. So come next year, if Wailuku Moku decides to go see whoever that council person will be next year, there is money for projects like this. But maybe you guys don't do the signs like this. Maybe some take the resource from that Ahopua, driftwood or certain pohakus, and make their own that represent the mo'olelo to that Ahopua. So there's interest of that too. The only thing with this sign project for South Maui, what we put on the state highways, we gotta follow this template. That's DOT. Now the county, most recently, they do all county roads. But the interesting part is, the county see what the state do. The state see what the county do. So looks like South Maui going to set the bar for what everybody gotta do. So if Lahaina Moku do their signs like this, because they gotta think about, it's a historic district. Because they're in historic district, they might not be able to do signs like this. So again, each Moku should have the right to do what they to. But I think they're gonna follow this one though. Any questions? Yeah, Pueo Pata, I would say it came in 2.5 months ago, because after our public meeting that we had at Cameron Center, had the young generation kumus, yeah. So they're the one when drill me about, hey, that thing, stay wrong, you gotta flip this upside down, right? Like, let's see. And then that should read Moku or Kula. So I intently put them the way I like put them, because I'm not the expert on that kind of stuff. So when work out. So now Puel's in the mix with this. He gave a lot of molelo to the Aupua, but then again, in that meeting, you get the older pupunas there. Some of them don't like the markings. They like leave them. And we had that issue or concern in our Moku. Some like keep, some. So again, and that's just my thing. If we don't know, we just no put them, and we just leave them blank. But because I'm getting information from many, they're going to have the markings in the correct places. Yeah, well, whatever happens, either way, going to get namu namu. Anyway, so that's my kuleana, to keep all that in check and neutral and level, because hey, where you guys was, you know, and I can have this meeting 2-3 more years, and still there's always going to be something. But the vision and the intent of the signs going in the ground, that's the most important. We're not rushing, but it's going to happen. But the effect it's going to have to us as Hawaiians and our community, it's going to help in a lot of our stuff that we're dealing with.
And the signs will be made by...
Okay, the signs, so had to go get bids. So GP Solutions, or Roadway Solutions, the one by Maui Lani. And I don't know that complete total cost, but for make all our signs for South Maui, and I forget to mention, we're also doing our river signs of Pilani Highway, so Waipulani, Kaunu'ulu, Kulani Hakoi, so we're going to have river signs. I will design the river signs. It's green, but then get one stream under the word. The state use that statewide, but we'll see how that goes. But so all our rivers in South Maui will be labeled on Pilani Highway. It's about $10,000 for all our signs, the hardware complete. The state, they never said they was going to install them or not, but this past Thursday, kind of went bum me out where the question was asked, hey, you guys going to install them? I said, no, wait a minute. We went from 3 poles to 2 poles to 1 pole with the intent that you guys going to install them. So now I got to wait till Monday and go talk to some people that, you know, we don't want to install them. Although we're in budget for it, we providing everything. The state not doing nothing. And then on top of that, we got to maintain the signs. So if somebody rip them off or vandalize the signs, we gotta fix them. And yeah, we gotta malama own signs. So we budget for that too. So yeah, that was kind of dropped the ball. So I gotta go ask a couple of people that we make the state install it, because they can install them in 2 days. And they should, because we're doing everything for them anyway. And we had made a lot of adjustments for them. I think they're just afraid of if they allow that size, it might have a chain effect with other island aid, you know. But the Kauai sign is 6 inches smaller, this way, but hard for read. But the names, the Aopua, are not as long as ours. Yes?
How high are
Oh, they get so the speed limit sign, they have guidelines of, yeah, so we're going to be able to see it. It's just, I don't think we're going to be able to read it if it's smaller than that. And that's why they install them. They know what they're doing as far as the height. We just go and buy all the materials and the graphic company that can put them on the aluminum sign with supports in the back. We had budgeted for all of that already. We just like the state. Now the county, because of this project, we was trying to figure out on way how we can help Maui Nui, but we cannot tap the funds from South Maui because it's for South Maui only. But because of these discussions that we've been having in the community, whoever's in next year, it's going to happen on county roads. Yeah, the sign's going to go up. And because I'm so involved with the county and other agencies, and they know what I'm doing, so Department of Public Works, they had inquired information about our sign project, and others in the county. So it's just that where we stay in this time frame right now, and no more time to do all Maui this year, and then it's a new year for voting and new administration next year. So we try again next year. The initial thought of our sign project for South Maui when we first got, when Kelly King introduced the idea, was Key Community Association, when inquired with Department of Public Works about this sign project, we put them on South Kihei Road, and they just said no. So they said no, so we went to Department of Transportation, who wants to support the sign project on state highways anyway. So they want to do what Oahu is doing. We just don't do what Oahu did. We just want to add more to it and more nice step signs than Oahu signs anyway. And each, for us in South Maui, I had color coded each ahopua just because I do a lot of graphics and this keeps going, right? So I just went color code them one night and print it out and shared with others, and everybody's like, oh, how come get colors? You know, how come get colors? And I just did them that way, and it doesn't have to. It can be like one color for all Maui. I think that would be better too. But again, it's a community decision kind of thing. So when I color coded each, Waiakoa is that color when flood. We get all the mud, all the lepo, and then the soil is that color. Waihuli is exactly flourishing still today, regardless of what happened in Mauka, all the lepo that come, still provide, not as much as before. So when I look at all these colors, hey, maybe get something going there. So, but I also look at the website and the informational part. So then for informational purposes, I think it's a good thing, the color part. If Lahaina decides to do this sign project and they like color, their Moku, probably gonna be red, white, right? So this is all up in the air right now. But as of Wednesday, Kelly King and myself, we had to set one date for groundbreaking, blessing and ceremonies. And it's on October 26th, 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to figure out how to throw this on Facebook, and but it's going to be October 26th, Friday, 9 o'clock. The spot, we're going to know where we're going to have this. We're going to find out Monday what location, because you got to have one place where we all can park, put up the tent. We're going to have talk star, you're going to have poo-poos and stuff like that. And not, it's a safety issue because it's going to be right off the highway, yeah. So get a couple of places that we have to choose where we're going to do the groundbreaking. And we hope DOT is ready. We got to spend the money before the end of this year. If they're not on board this completely, and that money, something goes wrong or disappear, kind of not going to look good for them, because we've been working with them. It's time that they work with us, and we're not asking too much. We're being gotta be that size, and it's just 6 inches wider than one speed limit sign. A little bit bigger than a speed limit sign. But as I mentioned earlier, my argument was, you get other places, businesses and corporations, they get what they like. We should have what is rightfully the name of the place in the first place. I wear this shirt almost every day, and it helps awareness. Kihei never came across where Kihei Canoe Club stay, although my father would name a Kihei Canoe Club. And that's that. We just bring in awareness. We're not changing Kihei Post Office or Kihei School, kind of thing anymore.
The wire cord stuck anywhere.
Yeah. So we know where Monsanto stay, yeah, off Pilani Highway, by the traffic light. So when you cross that traffic light off Pilani Highway, and if you know where Kihei Village stay, on your right hand side, you know how you can turn down that street and go down to ABC store.
Yeah.
You know where Ohukai Street's there. So between Kihei Village and Ohukai Street, right in between, that's Waiakua. So Waiakua is right after Kihei Village, and then
Start where they're building that new Maui High School.
huh?
Start where they're building that new PA
No,
High
no,
School.
little bit more down. So gonna be so Waiakua, and then you pass Ohukai. You pass Ohukai, we get Gas Express on your left hand side, yeah.
Right,
You pass that, and you know where they was gonna make the mega mall?
right,
Okay, just right across the street,
right, yeah.
right there is Kaonaulu. And then you drive some more, and then right where the high school being built, right across the street, gonna have Waiahuli. And then where Kihei School stay, right after Lipo Street, gonna have Keokea. So where they're making the South Maui gym, they're making a new gym. That part and the boundary to Lokelani School actually is the boundary to separating Waiahuli and Keokea. So Lokelani School stay in Waiahuli, and then South Maui Park is in Keokea. Yeah, and then where that's sewer treatment plant, where Goodfellows Base Yard, kind of the road kind of go wide, yeah, like that, like the turn. Right there, going to have Kamaole. And then, of course, when you reach Maui Meadows, Kilohana, that's where you're going into Paiahu, Aopua. And then when you're coming back, it's just going to be all opposite, yeah. they wanted us to make two sides sign and one side of the street. Said, nah, no way, we're not doing that. We gotta do them right, and that's what's going to happen. And then by Kelia Pond, or the entry to that going to have Puleho Nui. You're coming into Puleho Nui, but we can go more down if we like, towards Sprecklesville. But we're going into Wailuku and the way the roads stand out today. But actually, it goes to Sprecklesville, Kula, and then come up by Omapio. I think more over Omapio, and then go straight up. So it's maybe in the future we can look at that. We like do Honua'ula, but they get plenty ahopua that from top to bottom kind of thing. So we gotta talk about how much, because you have all these signs on the road, kind of gonna look too busy, and then some Hawaiians no like show where what stay where. So my thing has always been, well, we're gonna do them or not do them. So for South Maui, we have to do this for South Maui. We cannot lose that money. No, it's not gonna look good. But I think what we're doing for South Maui and particularly what happened to South Maui through the years, we kind of got run over, on things getting rammed through, and find out after what the heck is that going on. But that all changing, and we're at the table with the Ahomoku Council, and we're trying to keep things in check down there as much as we can. Certain things going on right now. Last week there was a public discussion at St. Teresa Church for that site. They still like build something on that property, but we say no. You gotta go design something that going fit the community, or check with the ohana to that land first, because it's all astrological sites kind of stuff over there, so it shouldn't be touched. But if they can come up with something that would be okay to the terrain and not disturb, and if the ohana to that land is okay with it, then the community okay with it, then maybe, and that would be affordable housing, not mega mall. It would be. So in South Maui, there's effort of having affordable homes. There's a project coming up that was canceled 2 times for groundbreaking because of Hurricane Lane and Olivia. They postponed the groundbreaking, and it's a project right after Monsanto. You have those townhouses. I think it's Kumulani. So get that traffic light, that go up to Kawaihine. So when you go up there, the house is kind of old, but you go up there at the very top, very, very top dead end, you're going to have one affordable project being built. So it's not for buy, it's for rent only. It's two and 3 bedroom, $400 some a month, two full bath, 2 bedroom, and then I think it's $700 a month for the 3 bedroom, 2 full bath. That's rental, but you cannot buy. It's just for rent, and I think the terms they're asking is for at least 20 years. So that was part of the discussion, the Ahomoku Council. My part in that was mainly the environmental part and the resource of the runoff. So what they did make change in their plans for the surface is make everything pervious to the ground, no asphalt. They get some type of tiles and grass that they grow and then they gotta plant only edible food on their property. and that we want to follow up and make sure, because this all goes all BS 3 years later from now. So get not POW, get planning more following up to do, but we the community down there is willing to give that a chance. That developer, apparently that developer built the Hawaiian homes in Waianae, the most recent Hawaiian home project in Waianae. So we see. And then get another developer that wants to develop on the mega mall site, but it has to include light industrial, and the rest is affordable homes and a senior, like Kalinikau. But we don't like the mailing guys come. We don't like the mailing guys come run that and have input. We like Kalinikau have malama that. And we never like somebody else from Nebraska come and do that. But that's going to be hard and tricky because we should just leave it alone, and it's probably going to be left that way. But and then the high school is right after, and like being key when the school bell ring, because that's going to get on traffic light. It's messed up already, so the school stay on the wrong side of the road. I mean, there was talk back then that Key School was going to be outside, but it ended up west there. And then the high school, the Japanese developer back in the day, would have been where the South Maui Park stay. I don't know, the Kawamoto guy or something, some deal in county and wherever. But the high school stay west there right now, but they like the kids go under the bridge, go school. We went, no, we're not. And then let's make an overpass. And we said, no way. You make one, then everybody gonna like one. So it's gonna be a problem. All those kids trying to go to school under the river, which run from Moku and Kihei Stesani. And flood. Yeah. So you need the high school, but the light at that intersection, it's overwhelming already, the traffic in Pilani. We're just going to add to it with the school.
So these signs will be on the Pilani Highway and the north?
And no, just Pilani Highway and parts of,
Highway.
yeah, only state, because the county never at that time, they said no. But now they and it's going to happen, no matter, whether it's Victorino or Eli, they're going to support this sign project for all of Maui. But then it all becomes up to the community now. It's a community thing. It's anyway. Yes. Yeah. Not in the county. Yeah, it comes from. Oh, maybe you can help. No, her name is. Yes, but that department. Yeah, get one name.
But no matter what department you go in and who approves it, you still gotta send it to the lady.
Ram-
And you gotta oversee
So-
all of that.
So each district is allotted those funds, but each council member, along with that community association, maybe they decide, or even the council person can decide how that money gonna be used. So maybe Lahain, maybe a bago went to one condo, see walls, I don't know, but there is funding every year for,
Like, use the grant fund. It's like if me as
It's a grant,
community
sorry.
member,
It's a grant money.
if I don't come and ask you for it,
Yeah, if you don't
it's
know.
not gonna ever go up.
Yeah, so that's why we was fortunate for Kelly King for bringing that out. But at the same time, we've been working on this sign project. The information is out there. So now people go and ask, yeah, the council person and the council person all know us, you know, are involved in the community and they know what I'm doing. So it kind of like out there that people go and ask, you know, hey, we like money for certain cultural projects, you know, things like that. No gotta be signs, you know, can even be for like water quality testing, that kind of money. Oh, get for culture too. Okay. But that's the lady, and we have to report, and which I don't do. It's Key Community Association does all the yeah. So they hold the money.
Economic development.
Economic development. So the county, yeah, they get the money, but they never liked the sign project. But that was from DPW, yeah, Department of Public Works. Not to say the county never liked it. It was Department of Public Works decision. But now they want to get on board. But too late right now, because, you know, too late. So we try again next year. So like for us in South Maui and Key Community Association, we don't mind hooey up with the other communities. You come next year on, you know, if they're interested, you know, what to do. Because in Key Community Association, they have this lady I work with, Linda Berry. She writes grants, and she keeps all these things in check on how to use the money. So I got to report to her too on what's happening. So right now we never spend anything, but we got to spend them pretty soon. And but we got to spend for what we went asked for. So that's why we couldn't help. You know, there was thought where never mind the other projects to our sign project. How about if we can use that money to do all Maui? And that's not gonna work because that Rasmussen lady did say, you know, it's written. Yeah. Yes.
We were on a walk recently.
Yes.
And saw their signs. And I was very impressed that we actually have these kinds of things. Because normally the signs are all in English and it's scale. So the fact that you're trying to do this for Maui is very exciting. My concern being brand new to this whole issue
Yeah.
is the accuracy.
Yep.
And whether ample research has been done to ensure that our language and what you are portraying is accurate.
Yeah, that's gonna be ongoing. Same like Kauai project. If you go Kauai project, sign project, that guy, Keao Neesmith, who Cody and Kui, they all know the guy. He's very finicky about the right information. So we keep in touch. He don't know too much for Maui Nui, but there are those that he know that can help. With the Kauai sign project, it's been left out in the open to make adjustments and change. Now nothing's going to be concrete because he's still taking information and changing them on the website, you know, the Mo'olelo and stuff. So this is going to be challenging because some kupuna don't like certain information out there, and some like the markings and some don't. So for us in South Maui, it's different for South Maui compared to Lahaina and Hana as far as history. You know, because no matter hard for find the Kenoleos, the Kealoas, and the Kalamas, you know, the Kinas, they know some stuff, you know, but get families before them, yeah. So it's hard to get. So I rely on anyone's information, and then what I do, along with others, is we read it, and then we get at least one idea of what that Ahupua'a was really meant for. I know from the beginning of this project, we're not going to be. It's not going to be as accurate as it's going to be hard. Any sign project. That's why. I mean, and then just my opinion. If I do in the website, and I'm going to continue to be part of the sign project, but it's always open for updates. It has to, because we've been doing this for some time. Cody guys, that generation came later, but they all knew about it. But everybody busy, yeah, and nobody making excuses, and like Hokuau, that's the first guy, you know, I reached out over a year ago. But when I see him at parties and stuff like that, oh yeah, Vern, don't forget now. Yeah, I need stuff. So, but everybody busy. It's not like we're trying to shortchange our culture, our history.
Are you also trying to identify historical sites within the?
Yeah, that was one question from the other communities, and right now it's a no, only because we just like focus on doing this right, because the historical stuff, even what we put on the website for that, there has been interest with many on limiting what is sacred or what should not be out there to the general public. So that part I don't like be too involved, because that can be heavy to carry. For historical sites, like for South Maui, and it's not a historical site, but when had the storm, people was taking sand, like on the wide. So automatically, a lot of the community that knows me, they call my phone night and day, and I go and I look and I catch them, or I don't catch them, but if I catch them, I educate. You know, you guys can. And then, for the most part, I've seen people not physically return the sand, but you can see the pile of buckets, or you know, the dump them. So I think identifying certain historical stuff, that can be something to feel into and talk with families of that area. The resources and stuff, the Moku Council that's more of our kuleana, the resource protection, preservation kind of thing, and support DLNR. So with DLNR, the shorthanded when people is taking the sand, so I communicate with DoCare, and we document as much as we can for help them out too, because they only get 2 guys on that side of the island. So we try help them out and try be good stewards with them. But we see, because that was I'm concerned about identifying certain things, because some Hawaiians like, some don't like. Interesting, this so far.
Yeah, very interesting. The signs are already in process?
No, the sign's not going to be made till first or second week of October. That's the target date. And then but at least we gotta get one sign made for, you know, that shovel thing in the ground and whoever gotta do that. So the sign gonna be made, on the real sign gonna be made, but already gonna have the anchor in the ground already, and then we're gonna have our powwow, whatever, and then people gonna stand the sign, and then they're gonna secure it, and then unveil the sign. Gonna be covered, but they're gonna unveil on that day, the 26th of October, and then probably gonna be Waiahuli, because with the high school being built across the high school, get that empty where they go cut all that trees down. That's where it probably gonna be, because can park and safe for Story. So probably be that sign, the Waiahuli sign. And then the state can do what they gotta do as far as the time frame on. But I hope they choose to install, because if we gotta do them, we gotta go get the permits. And then Roadway Solutions would be the ones to install. But then we have to pay for that. We just like the state help. Because they help everybody else. Okay.
Mahalo.
Yeah, Kanoy. Without the river signs, 15, both sides of the road. The river signs would be 12, 6 rivers. And then on the river part, and that's just our community thing, they're gouches. But as a community, we went river, because it's a river. We don't want to come down. Up there, stay gouch, right? So that's where we stay. But then, so supposedly it helps with those that like come do what they like to. Oh, it's a river. It's not a gouch. So that's why we labeling it that way. But I hope it not become something like Wailuku River, yeah, now. Well, it was Yao Stream, yeah, or something. So they would change that. So I hope we don't fall into that in the future. We just trusting that river right now is the right way to label all of our gouches in South Maui. Because up there it's still a gouch. They still call it Kulani Hakoi Gouch. But we only see it as a river all these years. So
For that one, for me personally, I don't think those things are interchangeable. There's a
which one?
definition for river, and you're not gonna find one boat. You know, that's for me personally. I'm like,
okay.
So and this for others, because if I'm gonna, this is an example, Sugar Beach. For my kids, Sugar Beach. By the time it comes to my great grandkid, oh, so what's the real meaning? Oh, Sugar Beach. No, that's not the real meaning. You know, you leave it as that, so others can follow. Okay, this is what it is. This is not any other name but this. You know, because we know is what Daniel, you know, the highway or, you know, or they will change them.
Yeah.
But that's not the correct thing. You know?
Yeah.
And we're not helping. We're not setting the community up, and everybody else is going to come in.
Yeah,
later, or-
it's no, that's that. No, that's the place I would rather be in. So
The definition, you know.
no, I would
for
the
our
kind.
Kuna's definition, this is this. It's not any other thing.
Correct.
It's a specific. Yeah, then we come back to accuracy.
No, but we went through this before, and that's where my heart stay. But because this was South Maui thing, and it's really up to me, you know. So I think I like make change. No, because some stay gouch, some stay river.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, so the kind yeah, I go check that. The name change part, Mokulele Highway, as well, Chorisin. So so yeah, I don't know if you guys know how the thing would happen, but by the time I found out, well, I was at Zippy's and I look across the street and nah, this no can be. So I get home, start asking people, and then a couple friends, oh, you gotta go look this certain bill in legislation, SB whatever, right? So I go look. I'm not understanding all these verbiage, but I ended up calling my mom's friend, Roz Baker. So I call him up, yeah, and then we talk, and the reason why it was changed is Maui, the only island in the state that a state highway not named after the vets. That's one reason. The other one, she went around and asked the vets on Maui if they would support it, and she told me yeah. So that was that. So because Maui no more on vet highway name on state highway, so then choose Mokulele. So one day I go pick La'aus down by Waipuilani Street when you go VFW Hall, right after Maui Sunset. In the corner house, I go pick up La'au. And then the owners came out, we talked story, find out as I think Jimmy Gomes. The corner lot with the fence and the two Maxing containers. So that's where I go get certain Laos. And then we just started to talk, and then he just came out and said, hey, Verd, you at the Moku Council, I get issues with that name change. So talk started with him a little bit. His grandpa and the Plunkets and the Kukahikus was on committee that gave that named a lot of the names back in the day to South Maui and other parts on Maui. So Mokulele was named for the district, and at that time, the flying or leap lele. So Mokulele was given it was the rightful name for what was that time, the airfield, the base, and all that. Yeah. So I got to talk to the guy that the grandpa was part of naming. So my thing was I also went and talked to many vets, including Basil Shiro, who was the po'o for our council, and I never get to talk to Daniel Kanahele, who's the guy at the VFW hall. But according to Basil, a lot of the vets not supporting the name change. They would rather the vets maybe have something built or named after them in that area, because the LNR going to have projects. That whole thing on Turn, by the drag strip, going to get development over there. So maybe do something over there for recognize the vets, or the airport access road, name that after the vets or something. So I supposed to follow up with Roz. I just got a lot of work to do. But I'm going to follow up with others because whether they change it back or not, we cannot let things just happen and then we not know. So she never go to the community in South Maui or Wailuku for that change. We never know that the surviving families was part of that naming of that road, and should be Mokulele Highway. The other thing, and I don't know if Kanoe is seeing this, but High Street, I saw something on High Street that get a good chance on being Martin Luther King Street. Yeah, that's going to happen. So, no, that's ledge that. I think that get something that Blossom guys are sharing. So these are the kind of stuff that we try bring out. Well, social media, I think the best. Because you know when you go home and then you go on Facebook, it's like, what? You know, just get so much, yeah. You gotta just pick which one you like. What's more important to yourself, your family, and your community, kind of thing. But yeah, that thing is out there. High Street is out there. Talk to some council people Wednesday night at St. Teresa, and some like it, some don't like it. So, and it's all about favors, yeah. You know, funding, kind of thing. So that's a start at Mokulele Highway. It's you know, how we can get that back. And that was the proper name for what it served in that time. You guys know all that side, Mauka, going to be Department of Homelands, yeah. After the dry strip to South Maui or North Kihei, that's all ag lands. And then DLNR get a big project that they like build in that area. So, you know, we're going to get more lights on Mokulele. I heard monorail came up in the last year from the airport to Wailea. So, and yeah, the Mega Mall is up for discussion again for the third time. They're not giving up, but we in control kind of thing, because they have historical sites on that property. So, okay. But yeah, no, that's one kind of hits you there, kind of thing. So kind of gotta change that. Not too late. Or just leave the name. take River out. Any more questions? Thanks, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So people be thorough. You get right now. Huh? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he wanted to get. I do graphics, so yeah, I do graphics and I screen print shirts. So but my thing mainly graphics. So like, where she from, Honuaula, I never make anything on their signs, Ahupoa, because I need Talk Story, I need Manao, and then just like, I think Auntie Guy Kaui's mom left, so I do stuff with Kaui too when he need. So my gift is we talk story, and then get this, then the design come out. So that's my gift. I like doing that, talk story and then create. So, and then the other one was Wailuku and Waikapu. So if you're leaving North Kihei by Sugar Beach, that sign stay blank right now because I would ask Pokuau for Manao for Waikapu because he akamai for that Ahupoa. So when he ready, and then we can come up with something that represent that area. But to Edwina's question, trying to keep things accurate, yeah, that's going to be ongoing, because guarantee somebody going to come out from somewhere that maybe will move back. You know, boy, what the heck you doing? Hey, we can change them. So the signs, things can change, and you know that's how it's gonna be. But the main thing is the intent is represents us as a people, kind of thing. And to this sign project, um, there was a young boy that I saw have an ad in the paper. That was Lynn Araki's son, Regan. The boy went on a field trip for Seabury, saw the signs, came home. Mom would post something, reach out. I reach out to the boy. So I've been in touch with him and the mom, because his dream was to have, why Maui no more, our own signs, Oahu have. So so that was the connection with myself and the county wanting to do the county roads. And again, it's a voting year too, yeah, so everybody like to do stuff now, but I'm not doing them because that kind of energy. It's something that has to be done, but we gotta do this together as Kanaka the best we can. I know there's a lot more people we could have reached out, but it's just our schedules and stuff. It's hard. So we're on this for about a year and a half now.
You have a card or?
Yes, I get on card. I go get the card and I go give you guys. Yeah, and this is one group I should have come. In Hawaiian Civic Club I should have went. I never. So, but it's just my schedule. Being the po'o for the Ahumoku Council, it's a big volunteer kuleana. It's everything what DLNR means, everything what family asks you to do or of you. So if there's an issue with SAN or EV kupuna, I have to go and follow up and then see if we can help. Not always we can help the council, but at least we can help. Like with Maui, our Moku councils, we have 12 councils on Maui. I would say 4 or 5 of our councils are the most active, mostly 3, but we always helping each other. So she share information, like Wailuku and Honu'ula, because they both sides of Kula Moku. We share information as much as we can, and we try to help each other. For example, Spencer build those homes after Waikapu to Malaya. We gotta make sure we at the table, because we Hokuau and other families so we can represent or be with them. And that issue would be more like watershed kind of stuff, because whatever happens over there are going to end up in Kealia Pond and Malaya Harbor, which suffering already. So the Clean Water Act kicks in. So, and then again, why you build your houses in one windy place where the plants are going to lean one way the rest of their lives and kind of thing. So and then it's not trying to stop any development, it's being more smart with the land and the area, and not just build. So if they can build and then have some green or grow, but not all build, you gotta build land, build. So it's gotta be some kind of balance. So that's what our Moku Council try to do, is be involved that way. And it's a community council. It's not a Hawaiian kind of thing, although the Hawaiians is in the forefront and spearhead a lot of the recommendations that is made through the council to other agencies, but community can participate. So like Kia Community Association, And other agencies or associations, they're missing that the Hawaiian element to what they'd like to. So right now we work good together, but I also understand their mindset is different from us Kanakas. You know, they like build the community the way they like, but they like build this way. They don't like build that way, kind of thing. So far so good. They kind of need, yeah. So if we never go to the mega mall and testify, and that ohana that came out from Waihe'e and we testify, that mall would have probably happened. So they needed the people of the land and the Kanakas came. I mean, that was kind of like precedence. That was kind of like set the bar, you know, to what needs to be done and continue. So nobody is against progress. It's just that we gotta be more akamai and work together, kind of thing. But get burnt out, yeah. You get burnt out, and so anyway, thank you. I mean, you guys talk sharing us. I take that. Go back to the drawing board. And I don't mind. I really don't mind. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.